ain't talking to us,
This is First Take, and on my left side I have Skip Bayless. On my right I have Stephen A. Smith, and I'm hosting this show. My name is Brandon Long. Now our first topic, who is most likely to win this year? Skip?
Now, Stephen A., I've thought long and hard about this question. All preseason long, I've been wondering in my heart and in my mind, who is ready to win the flag football tournament this season? Now, although it pains me to say this, I love my CIA. You know that, Stephen A. You do. But I believe that CHPC, led by Chris Harasaki, will be ready to play in the flag football championship game. Harasaki, he has the passion, the will, he has the voice to play flag football well.
Skip, Chris just doesn't have it. He doesn't have it in him. I shared a milkshake with him one time. He just doesn't have it in him. Shay is better than Chris. You know who my pick is? CIA. You know why? Because they always have their head in the game. They process everything, and they throw it just right. You know what happened? You know exactly what happened to CHBC last year, don't you? Yep, didn't even make the playoffs.
I watched it all.
No disrespect. They didn't even make the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Alright, stop. Alright, now our second topic. Who is the best player? Stephen A.?
It's a good question. The best player for me would be Evan. You know why? Because his performance is top notch. He's like a phoenix. He's got fire from everywhere. He's everything. He's better than LeBron. What can I say?
Okay. Stephen, I may agree with you on the LeBron part. However, I can think of 5 players who are better than Evan Lee. Number 1, first and foremost, Chris Harasaki. Reminds me of Tim Tebow and Jeremy Lin.
But he's Japanese!
Jeremy Lin is Chinese. All 3 have the passion, the voice, and they love Jesus. Now, after Harasaki, I think you have to go with Min Woo. I'm not sure what team he's going to play for, but he actually plays real football for his school. And third, I have to go with Brandon Nam. He is the quickest, the fastest player we have today. But Evan Lee has the weakest heart I've ever seen in 30 years of sports reporting.
Brandon and Minwoo? You crazy? You crazy?
No.
No.
You know who I go for? No, Eddie. You saw his hair last year? He was ready to go. He was fired up. He was going Super Saiyan. He was ready.
Edward Sun Lee is nothing without Bobby Rapoli, Orderly, and everyone else from KMC who left.
Who needs those 3?
Everybody at KMC
Alright. Now, third topic. Does Evan Lee choke? Did he choke?
Evan Lee is the biggest choker in sports we have today. Even more so than, dare I say it, LeBron James. Evan Lee, don't you remember last season in the championship game, in the 4th quarter, when KMC needed Evan Lee to make the big throw in the game to beat the Hatchling Slashers for the 3rd time? Evan Lee throws an interception. Evan Lee.
Well, let me tell you about Evan Lee. In the 4th quarter, Evan Lee knows exactly what to do. He makes plays. He messed up one time.
More than that.
You know the Hatchling Slashers? They don't have anybody anymore. They don't have anybody. CIA is my pick.
Alright. Who is the next one? The chosen one.
Now, I just can't. Now, when I think about who the next chosen one is, I look for one thing and one thing only. Passion. Now, when you think about passion, the 3 names come up. Tim Tebow, Jeremy Lin, and Chris Harasaki. Harasaki, just out of sheer will, is able to lead CHPC to the championship game. Last season, Daniel Lee was too inexperienced to help Harasaki out. Shea was too inexperienced. But this season, they have what it takes. They just have to follow Harasaki, and Harasaki just has to use Jesus, and they can win the championship game.
You know what? That's blasphemy! You know who I want? ANC. You know why? Because they have a star player. You know, they have a star team composition. You know, they have everybody they need to push themselves through. They're young now, right? They're young. They didn't even participate last year. But I know they're going to bring it to the top. And Pastor Henry is going to lead them there.
Pastor Henry is the pastor for Tehan. Let me educate you. Let me educate you, Stephen A. Let me educate you. The only athletic player in ANC is Tim Peck, and he plays basketball. Basketball is not football. Tim Peck does not have the legs to run around for football.
You know what? He doesn't need legs. He's got talents. He can grab the ball and run down the field before anybody can catch him. Daniel Lee doesn't have anything on him. Nothing.
He is not an eagle. He can't use talent, Stephen A. You'd have to understand that. Now.
Alright, calm down. Which team will be an underdog team?
Now, I thought about this, and the team I think will blow people away is Tehan. Last year, they wore those incredible shirts. They wore the best shirts in the league. And I believe that they have a lot of young talent. They played very well against KUMC and the Hatchling Slashers. And I think that if they follow Pastor Henry, they can beat 5 other teams in the league.
Pastor Henry! 5! Pastor Henry! I love Pastor Henry. You know what I did with him one time? Took him out to ice cream. He's my man. I love him. He's awesome. He's got the word of God coming out of his mouth. But you know what? You know who my pick is? It's ANC.
ANC will lose focus because Pastor Sean is married. He is too distracted. He does not focus on sports anymore. All he thinks about day and night is his wife. Have you seen his Facebook recently? Every time the Knicks game is on, Instagram photo of Kyrie and Brugogi. Pastor Sean is too distracted to lead his team into the playoffs.
Alright.
No, I gotta agree with that statement.
Alright. Number 7. Alright. I'm sorry, we ran out of time. Now, bye-bye.